How can I help you? The mercenary, eh?
The man whispered.
We're negotiating. Aye.
The man whispered.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down. I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't...
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
The Weasel is no true patriot, Harry. He prays every...
He was testing you.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry. This is... By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send...
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramoritsa, you name it, they've done it. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big... But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, one of them got downright suicidal. Getting drunk, violent, a little rapey.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve
That sounds a bit like...
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure
Again, that sounds...
So these idealists...
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take..." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they...
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like...
He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand...
Wait, the girl by the whirling, who was keeping an eye on you. Is he talking...
I did that, didn't I? She thinks of herself as a guerrilla fighter. These middle-class kids and the books they read are crazy, Harry. I think she would rather be an insurgent than a lawyer. I hope it's a phase. Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization.
Yes, yes. Do you think...
Oh, no, 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 no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you.
Oddly, it seems to be true.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are neat freaks. If you don't mind me saying so, I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right? Of course, Harry. I'm not a real police officer. You are. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the...
Interesting.
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever, work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who... You know what, Harry? I got a feeling they're gonna show up in full force.
The lieutenant marks something in his notebook.
But of course, it's the least I can do for my...
When you meet this Titus, tell him about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
The lieutenant watches you pocket.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more... Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, yes, Harry, it's like I can't fully trust you if...
A man of the left, so you have to be a social democrat.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is, company snitches.
And what would isn't it?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in
It depends. I don't think what we just got...
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand...
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground. On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village there. They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living...
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Am I? Harry, these people... Martinez is the most important thing in my life. We're gonna build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up, and kids have a place to play. Perfectly acceptable. No one's gonna force you into anything, but I don't know about that gun of yours. You see, I'm a vengeful man, Harry. But the good news is, the moment you change your mind...
The lieutenant's eyes meet yours, and he shrugs.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then, I'll know you're a solid socialist. See you soon.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind?
Everything's still cool here.
Evening, officers. Sure thing.
It is salty.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox. The frequency tableau lights up the soft purr of electric.
This is Precinct 57.
Hello, Alice. Please, I see.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57.
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant...
Of course. What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005.
Received.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer.
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
No, not me. What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about it. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the... No, sorry. I don't. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the...
So the Union has a phone, and there's one...
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later.
Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly,
Why not?
Let's just say I left because You know whom? Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some... Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and... You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and...
Oh, those again. I have been trying. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and... I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals there.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, "Big bucks cannot lie." It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry at. You know women and their constant problem. That's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. Oh yeah, my point exactly. You know what you've got to do. First, you've got to calm her down. Tell her you think you can do that, Lieutenant Love.
No. What?
God, what is happening in your head? Big Papa is
Oh God. Please, just stay out of...
What? What is it?
Cole was terminated by the other party, and
It's on. The love quest is on. Too late, everyone. It's on. Take it to God now.
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5, this is 41st, come in.
The man uses relay code.
10-4, message received, 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-4, your badge should have most of your personal details. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is very serious.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen.
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before.
Oh god damn it. Is he
Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be Joe.
Mullen dicked us.
He's asking you to stop.
Of course it's serious.
Satellite Officer Vikmar concurs. Losing your badge is serious. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you're...
Fuck me. Mac, come here.
What's going on?
Super cop here lost...
He lost his what? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Person was wondering if...
Hit them with a comeback.
Negative, sir. Over. 10-9, come again. I didn't get...
New heights even for captains.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if...
Oh, fuck. Lying over the phone.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been enough. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it and...
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
진짜 자, 这个没有出人脸吗？谁是谁？这边。
Can I help you?
God.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him. Life doesn't have a back button. Now get off your ass.
Wonderful.
It is.
What?
What does that mean? Cock carousel.
Surfboard.
God, does it mean you talked to her?
What else do you need? He looks at you, spinning your arms.
She broke the bird, you know. The great... I should have known. It was her way of...
Or you broke the bird. It can... Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
Huh. Cock carousel. I think I understand. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest. Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment. On my own.
And there we have it. Isn't... Well, hello. Someone see light reflects off the green glass. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out. Nothing. Some mental stuff. A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a...
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's an alcohol button. Alcohol gives +1 to physique.
From the void we... All around you, rain falls on the ground. The spring thaw must, looking up at the sky, cold water, grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with humid. Your coat shields sheets of rain over the water. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revelation. Your hair is an oily... The great gates of the industrial harbour. Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates. Red and blue La Drusienne, King Dries passing, Couron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city. A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. You have never been there. They don't need the law east of Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Close the evening news. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle. A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed... Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second. Sylvie Malaika. Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, Detective? Yes, I know who you are.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establish...
Oh, no.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Yes, you absolutely should. It's awful that you lost it.
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. No, absolutely not.
That came so fast, you can't but want baseball, ring a bell quiz shows, catching... You hear the call.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
This is Precinct 57. Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. 10-4, I hear you.
What does he want?
He's asking for...
Is he fuck?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole...
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says he's in...
Well, I guess it better...
Vicmar said... He says it's in...
He is and get...
Request denied, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over. Roger that. 10.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare? Oh, come on now. He has his corruption. That's how he's done it.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect...
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you. How could I stop you? Are we not human?
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite... Tell her she'll like you for it.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established... Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there. A youth centre with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it. Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him. Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective.
She is more
full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any info? A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that. Oh my.
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
That's good to hear, Detective.
Her bartering mind cannot...
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal. And I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
The company did not send mercenaries after the Union. I told you in great detail about... I just hope you don't share Everart's view on things. After all, as he said, one's dead now.
Let's keep it that way, she means to add, but then doesn't.
Yes, that's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. Find the name rather amusing, honestly. How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't.
We cannot discuss the specifics of an ongoing investigation, ma'am. Besides, you haven't exactly been...
That is only fair. Well, I hope it yields something. Naturally, Detective. There are lighter topics to... Of course, Detective. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Is what you want to say, but look at that lady. Take a gander. Why, yes. Tucked away under that stir, while dull orange pearls hang from her head. These are the kind eyes of the within reason. Now look at you. You misery-clad simit. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... Yes, you're too ashamed to ask.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance...
What have you found? Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel everything is on the shelves. Take a...
She smiles and nods. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks. The display rack, rows and rows of Heimdall men, maybe 100. Man from Heimdall, not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from a small mountain of colorful board games. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels, crime fiction. These books greatly. What's more, not a single mention of all the stress. You see, Dick Mullen on a killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case. Yes, there's also tragedy call. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one your quick eye notices a worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic. Could it be the motifs of unstable identity? Then this is the book for you.
Of course.
In your hand, you hold. The story opens with a Spillane needs mullet. In your hand, you volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimal. This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. No one answered.
We should return tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 p.m.
There he still is, looking right through you. There he still is. Look, as you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you it's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of...
They do after 7 days, yes.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably delicate and fragile. These are clearly not boots. They're armor. Possibly...
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic. It's clearly some manner of super armor. Or future armor?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form. Ageless. And the cadaver slip. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt. Big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down. The brief suggested as much. Politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
The cadaver hangs from an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being...
Shit, Kuno! What the...
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule.
It contains insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Now, sure, just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head, the corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. Eyes like a shark.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things.
The cadaver slowly... As you narrow your eyes, this is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and...
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his...
The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color, coursing with dark...
So, what do you think? Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. I do. Most of them are post-mortem.
Stop talking in riddles. He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below them.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half...
The fuck is... Talking about shit.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and...
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of a...
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks...
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Climb up there and... So there has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be...
I would really prefer if there was another way. But what are...
Yeah! Bang bang time, pigs!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see.
Yeah, now what? They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Yeah, take the...
Silence. With his elbow and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's Stess position, taking aim. The corner of his eye. The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow Stess was the wrong.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just.
This is the sorry. Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer. Take it and shoot yourself.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal. You've held this. An A9 arm.
The fuck are you waiting for?
The buckle comes into focus in your sights.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The slow movement of the branch in the wind.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty? Do it! Set me free!
Don't.
Do it!
Intense shit, Copper.
Could waved his gun. It wasn't intense. It was all what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces with your hand numb from the recoil, looking straight at you.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your... Then, the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Well, fuck you, Kurpale!
Ace is high.
The Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to... You could add an Ace's Low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another. The high arrives with a sharp slap as you turn chill, but then it does, and with furious precision.
I knew these guys were
We will perform a field autopsy and
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. I would suggest we interview Everhart and Joyce, the leader of the Union and the Wild Pines rep.
The rotting man lies on his side with his... The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers,
there truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes? In your paperwork, officer, just fill out the field autopsy form.
Now they only have one.
Officer, what haven't you lost? Yes, barely. I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several, actually, but only if it helps move things along. Right. The autopsy form is near the end.
You find a moment as the lieutenant. Still, you can make out a case with a curious title. The Man with the Hole in His Head.
What?
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
That's you.
The corpse lies there.
KK57. Next. NA. NA. Roughly.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to... He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as the pudgy mess of curdled meat. Look.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly.
We're still going with March 4. What else? 9. Body identified by
KK57 0503 08.
None. At least not after the initial examination. They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than...
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the station.
We should start.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of
clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is...
See?
Babrodine, yes.
The disappointment is palpable. The red head...
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings. To be added to the deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested.
Fucking low velocity! You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity? Talking shit about...
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with ligature mark. Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the... It's no use. We should get chain cutters. You can try. Damn corpse. We had a good rhythm going.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone. A metallic drawer slides out. The handles are long and sleek. You can do good work with these. The pull-out toolbox.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The knives are still... We should take care of that, then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RC...
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I understand your predicament. I feel I must remind you that we are here to...
Forgive me for saying this, but I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Good luck trying to use it.
Draconian.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master. Not until you bring me...
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Oh, Lieutenant. We're done here.
The theme on that pinball machine is clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come. The contemporary period. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio mic.
I have something here we could sell.
Transport enclosure. The cage at the back of the motorcar.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martin.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Is this about the questions?
It's raining again. It was clear just an hour ago. Of course. There's the pier, the cape, the harbor gates, some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast. Just coast. There's a little fish, no problem.
She's very welcome.
So, I don't know anything about that. Must be a misunderstanding.
She's a pro. Nothing short of coming face to face with the fat man himself would make her admit it right now.
I'm a Nighthawk.
She's still here.
You don't have to stay here because of us.
I like the city at night, don't you?
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Yes, we'd like to say.
Roy takes the hubcaps.
Yes, these are very, very good.
No one was defrauded or jumped. Are you sure?
Of course.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your...
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps. Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned.
This is a pawn shop, and it did. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. And I don't like keeping guns. She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself as if truth be...
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? In that case, she'll be happy to get a visit from us, if we can find her.
My apologies, officer.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now.
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday. They went their way. It was a trip.
Wait, then it might be true. Everard's claims.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down
people as oleaginous as Everard. See?
Of course. Sure thing. Sure, man.
Can I help you? Yes. Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I want. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have office.
Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it. But
have you tried concentrating on something other? Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malignant.
Focus on other people's...
A moment passes. This is the door to...
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic.
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM? Well, we inspected the victim's body. Our inspection could have been more thorough. Then you shot the body down, which was quite the shot. I admit I wasn't sure whether I should give you the gun, but I'm glad I did. Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean. He wasn't particularly forthcoming.
He's not saying much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
We talked to Joyce, monsieur, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation is.
If Kim is emphasizing something...
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
The dying lights of the city, an aerostatic passes overhead. the whisk.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are. But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, me too. But I wouldn't count on any
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
The bed is cold and not particularly. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally, and then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come. Maybe it's the bed's fault. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft bed, a bit tense in the muscles. Its synthetic filling has smells of alcohol. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your...
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't... Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? That's right, funky baby. And you just stood... Tell me, where are your friends? Human, they were only cramping your descent into the abyss. You failed Elysium. Everything. The pie. You really dropped the ball, Harry. No, you haven't. You'll be back in those cold snakes. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of you. Help you? Why? I can't hear you. The rest is just...
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Good going, buddy. Yes, wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's, you don't know? You don't know? You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? That's not really true. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere... Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest. Suit yourself. Slow, sad. A mirror hangs. Was this not the same? Probably not. Hot water sprays. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face. Really? As you slow abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will...